We're going to place the cams on the axle. So first hit place. Now I'm using eccentric cams. You can use whatever type of cam that you have. This is just demonstration, so it's going to be the same no matter what type of cam you have. So I'm going to go ahead and constrain this, and I'm going to want to constrain the axis of this hole to the axis of the handle. Now it looks like I don't have a axis on there. I can place one from here, or I can double click on the part and I can go in there and make the axis that I need visible. So I'll get the origin. In this case it looks like the z-axis, so I'm going to make it visible and then return. So now I should be able to constrain it by that axis. So I'm going to hit constrain, and then I'm going to come in and mate that axis to this axis, and then hit apply, and I'm going to hit cancel so you can see what we have so far. So I have it on there, but it's not lined up with that hole up above. So I'm going to see I can slide it along the x-axis. So I want to align it with this hole. So probably the easiest thing to do is I'm going to go back in to that particular cam. So I'm going to double click and move on in. And the way I made mine, I did it with a symmetrical, which I do a lot. So that allows me to have that plane right in the middle. It's right in the middle because it goes both directions. You may need to do yours slightly different. You may need to do a work plane, mid plane between two planes if you don't have yours as a symmetrical extrusion. So now what I'm going to do is constrain, and I'm going to constrain that work plane. I want this work plane aligned with that axis. I'm going to hit apply and hit cancel, and now we can go ahead and see that cam is on there and can rotate around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this other cam on here. So it's the same process. So I'm going to constrain that axis with this axis, apply, and I'm going to mate this with the axis here, apply, and then when I look at the front, you can see that I now have those attached. So that takes care of that part, but see, it does not move with this. So I want to be able to move it with that particular axis. So let's go ahead and do that. And in order to do that, I need to go back into this individual part, and I can pick one of these planes, and I think that looks like a good one for me to use. So I'm going to turn on this visibility and return. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain that particular axis, plane that I just made visible, and I'm going to make it a angle constraint, this, and I need to turn on something on this. So let me go ahead and turn on that real quick. So I go back into this one, and I'm going to go ahead and turn on, looks like that plane is going to work for me. So I'm going to turn on its visibility and then return. And now I'm going to constrain with an angle. So pick angle, and I'm going to pick the directed angle, that with this, and I'm going to leave it at 0 degrees, and I'm going to apply it. Now I'm going to go to the other one and do the same thing. So I want this one to be directed, and I want it directed with this particular work plane, and I'm going to type in 180 so they're offset, and I'm going to hit apply, and then I'll go ahead and turn the handle and see what happens. Now you see they're moving, and we'll move it to the front view so you can see a little better. See, they're moving fairly well. So that's how you assemble the cams.